What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks MLB Player Props video. Going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 4 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prize Picks. As always, if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks, would highly recommend you do so. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like player strikeouts, first inning runs allowed, pitching outs, pitcher fantasy score, hitter fantasy score, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJKDFS to receive an instant match deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJKDFS. Go ahead and lock that in, get that free money offer, and start winning some money over here on Prize Picks, guys. Our hot streak finally came to an end yesterday, unfortunately. Some pitchers just not showing up. Some pitchers getting pulled a little bit sooner than I would have liked them to. And pitcher getting hurt. Max Scherzer has to exit the game with an arm injury there, so that was unfortunate. But we're looking to get back hot again. We were on a 14-3 run. Took a pretty massive L, so we're going to run it back. Anytime we hit the 5-loss mark, I'm just going to reset the run as far as, counting that towards a run. So we're just going to start fresh here. Look to get on another hot streak. And if you enjoy the content, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. And if you are going to be very serious, check out the premium content packages, link below in the description, patreon.com/KJK_DFS. Would highly recommend the Prize Picks MLB package, the DraftKings FanDuel MLB package. If you play DraftKings FanDuel and Prize Picks, you can get the combo package for a discount and get access to both. So check that out. Would highly recommend it. Like goal in this video is going to be 200 likes, guys. If we could get up to 200, that'd be awesome. We're not even getting close, and we were on a hot streak before. So if we could do that, that'd be great. But let's talk about it game by game. So the first game I want to talk about is the San Diego Padres taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. This game comes with an 8 over-under in Philadelphia, 75 degrees, 8-mile-an-hour winds blowing in from left field. And the first guy I want to talk about today is going to be Yu Darvish taking on this Philadelphia Phillies squad. I want to be targeting his strikeouts because he is the top K guy on the slate, going ahead and sorting my sheet by K rate. Yu Darvish has a 27.4% K rate overall with an 11.9% swing strike rate, 29.9% K rate to righties, and a 24.7% K rate to lefties. A little concerned about his efficiency going deep into the game, the pitch count, all that stuff. But one thing I'm not concerned about is the strikeouts. So for that exact reason, I'm going to be going with the over 5.5 strikeouts here tonight for Darvish. And then we're looking at the Philadelphia Phillies as far as their lineup up and down and the strikeout rates that they supply. Definitely some strikeouts to be had in this lineup. Starting from the bottom up as far as from Stott. Stott has a 26% K rate overall, and then you work your way up. 17, 22, 14, 27, 21, 19, 23, 26. So, not the worst in the league for sure, but definitely not the best. There's a lot of 20+% K rate guys in there. And we already talked about it. Yu Darvish has elite K stuff. Even if he doesn't go deep into this ball game, maybe he only pitches, 4 or 5 innings, I do think he's still going to rack up the strikeouts. Maybe he just doesn't do it exactly in the most efficient way, allow some runners on base. Maybe he gives up some runs. But he's still able to rack up 6 Ks. So I do like the over 5.5 strikeouts here for Yu Darvish, pick number 1 on the video. Pick number 2, we're going to be heading on down to the New York Mets taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. We're going to be talking about Chris Bassitt. He's in New York City Field, one of the best pitching environments that you could be targeting in baseball as far as New York's concerned. Pulling up the diagram here. As you can see, Citi Field, red across the board. Not a good hitting environment whatsoever, but as far as pitching is concerned, definitely a good environment, so that's always going to help our case. He gets to take on the St. Louis Cardinals today. He is a 196 favorite, so definitely expected to get the win. I expect the New York Mets to be able to score some runs for him, which should help him get the win, obviously. And when you're factoring in the matchup as far as St. Louis is concerned, they really don't strike out the most, but I do expect him to go deep into this ball game, get enough strikeouts to where it's worth playing him. And the pitch count's way up for Chris Bassitt. You can see 108 and 101 respectively the last 2 times out. He went 5.2 innings pitched in each of those games. If you could just go one more out into those games, you get the quality start, which is what we're going to be going for over on Prize Picks today, because I do like the over pitcher fantasy score for him. They got his line set at 36.5. I think he's able to pass that. Like I said, I think he gets the win. I think he gets the quality start. I think he goes deep into the ballgame, and I think he gets enough Ks along the way to surpass this pitcher fantasy score tonight. The Cardinals lineup really doesn't strike out a lot throughout. They do have some high strikeout guys at the bottom of the order, and Tyler O'Neill and Dylan Carlson. But outside of that, you're looking at like 14%, 14%, 19%. So I do think that he could get, 6 Ks and pass his K prop. That's definitely a possibility. I just don't want to rely on it. I don't want to take the under. I don't want to take the over. I'd rather stay away. I'd rather just rely on him having a good outing, going 6+ innings, getting the win, being efficient in his pitches, and obviously the pitch count itself. I just talked about it. He's throwing a ton of pitches, so he does have a long leash, which is a big part of it. We saw some pitchers get pulled a little bit sooner than we would have liked yesterday. I mean, that's a big part of hitting this over. So I like the Chris Bassitt over pitcher fantasy score. In this one, 36.5, get the win, go get that quality start, 6+ innings, in a good pitching environment as far as New York's concerned. I'm going to be going with that for pick number 2. Pick number 3, we're going to be heading on down to the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Chicago Cubs. We're going to talk about Zach Gallen taking on this Chicago Cubs team tonight. It is in Chicago with winds blowing out, which is a little bit scary because Chicago is the most impacted stadium by wind in the league. Just the way the stadium is built, it's wide open, the windy city. When the wind's blowing out in Chicago, it's very significant. When it's blowing in, it's very significant. So I will say that. A little bit of a downside to this pick, but I'm still going to be rocking with it. I'm going to go with the Zach Gallen over pitcher fantasy score because he gets to take on a Chicago Cubs squad tonight that is really underwhelming. I mean, we didn't talk about Chris Bassett as well. I should mention his numbers. 25.4% K rate overall. Really good hard contact stuff. He only gives up a 332 slugging to righties and a 348 slugging to lefties, so that's all factored into my decision there. And Zach Gallen, a really good strikeout guy here. 26.7% K rate overall with a 29.9% K rate to righties and a 23.6% K rate to lefties. Does give up quite a bit of hard contact to right-handed hitting. But the thing is, it's the matchup for me, the Chicago Cubs. I think the strikeouts are really there. I don't like where his strikeout prop is set at 6. If it was 5.5, I would have went with the strikeouts. But I just want to be pushing, and I think we can go with the over fantasy score instead. Because I do expect him to go 6+ innings. The pitch count is there. I do expect him to rack up the Ks. So rather than relying on the 7+ strikeouts, I am going to be going with the pitcher fantasy score. And when you're breaking down as far as his pitch count and everything, 90, 102, 92, 96 pitches. And then the strikeouts, 5.5, 7.9. Earned runs, you can see 0.2, 0.1. Innings pitched, 6, 6, 7, 6. So he's gone 6+ innings in his last 1, 2, 3, 4 games, which will automatically qualify for the quality start, get you that 4 fantasy points if he's able to allow 3 earned runs or less, which he has been doing at a great rate. And I do expect the strikeouts to be there as well. When you're looking at this Chicago Cubs lineup up and down, once again, I wish his line was set at 5.5 on PrizePicks because I would have been on the strikeouts, but I'm okay with that because I still think the strikeouts are going to be there. I think he goes 6+ innings. Hopefully he gets the win as well. It's kind of a draw here. He's a 111 favorite, but not nearly as favorable as some of the other guys we discussed, but the strikeouts should be there for him. Look at the Cubbies lineup up and down, starting from the bottom. Vargas, 19%, Morel, 40%, VR, 26%, Schwindel, 18%, Rivas, 32%, Suzuki, 32%, Ian Happ, 26%, Contreras, 28%. Lots of strikeouts to be had throughout this lineup, and Zach Gallen does have good strikeout stuff. So it's just if for some reason here we get 6 strikeouts, go 6 innings, get the quality start, look really good throughout, and then not get you there, you draw on the strikeouts. I don't want to do that. He could go 7 innings and 6 strikeouts. So I do like the over 34.5 pitcher fantasy score for him. Pick number 3. And lastly, Framber Valdez in Houston taking on the Texas Rangers is a 213 favorite, massive favorite. It's a pretty great matchup taking on the Texas Rangers. He is a fantastic ground ball pitcher. He doesn't have the highest strikeout stuff, but 70% ground balls. He just throws a sinker ball very effectively. 13% fly balls, a 313 slugging given up to righties and a 340 slugging given up to lefties. The first thing I looked at for him was his pitching out. So I wanted to see what his line was. They had it at 18, so 6 innings pitched, and that kind of deterred me off. Similar to the strikeouts that we just talked about with Zach Gallen. I just thought that was kind of appropriate. So we will be going with the pitcher fantasy score once again, because I do expect him to go deep in the ballgame. I do expect him to rack up some Ks. And I do expect him to have a good outing overall. It's just I don't want to have to rely on him to go 6 1/3 when he's a 213 favorite. I expect his team to get him run support. If he gets 6 innings, gets some strikeouts, he gets the win and the quality start, I think he can surpass this pitcher fantasy score pretty easily here at 33.5. And then when you look at the pitch count, as far as what he's been going to on a per-game basis for a pitch count, he is going deep into the ball games as well. Framber Valdez, pulling him up here, you can see 105, 96, 101, and 97 pitches the last 4 times out. So, and then 6.1 and 7.2 innings pitched. And then you look at the strikeouts, 6 and 7 strikeouts the last 2 times out. And he does get a pretty friendly strikeout matchup tonight in the Texas Rangers bats when you're looking at their lineup up and down. As far as what they feature, starting from the bottom up, 17, 59, 21, 20, 34, 21, 21, 27% in strikeouts. So pretty much everyone a 20+% K rate, especially to the heart of the order, which does help our case. But overall, they're just really good ground ball, fly ball stuff. He's not going to get hit hard. He's a massive favorite. Expect him to get the win. Expect him to go deep in the ball game. Get those bonuses for the quality start and the win. So everything adding up there. I'm going to go with the over 33.5 pitcher fantasy score for Framber Valdez. And those are my 4 picks on this PrizePicks video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Looking to go forward, and I'll start another hot streak here. Unfortunately, last night didn't treat us well. But the prior, 4 or 5 or whatever nights it was that we were on a roll, we were doing pretty good. So looking to get back to that. If you want to check out the premium content, check that out. Link below in the description. There's a bunch of other ways to support me. If you want to join the KJK DFS Fan Club, click the join button down below. There's a super thanks option now. I'm going to start doing more live streams. Yeah, I constantly get asked that. Like, people ask for my Cash App and stuff all the time. But there's other ways to support me without sending me cash. So I appreciate the support. And good luck tonight. And we will see you in the next one.